Chesterton wrote a book on Thomas Aquinas.
Yes, I did read that actually.
Ah, good,
Yes.
good.
Come to think of it.
So
I've read more than I thought.
All right, well, good. Maybe we'll pull some more things out of here, out of your subconscious.
And I've read everything.
Yeah. So the book he wrote on Thomas Aquinas was towards the end of his life, and I think there were people who even thought that G.K. Chesterton had bitten off more than he can chew by taking on the great Angelic Doctor. And it's very unclear how much Thomas Aquinas he'd read himself. In fact, he had dictated half the book to his secretary when he told her, "You need to go to London and get me some books." And she said, "Well, what books?" He said, "I don't know." So she made some inquiries and did some research and returned from London with a stack of books. And he took the top one off the stack and paged through it and from the back and replaced it on the stack and took a walk in his garden and came back and dictated the rest of the book to his secretary, who typed as he dictated. And
was it Gilson or some other? Yes.
It was Gilson
Who said it was perhaps the best.
Yeah, he said it was the best book ever written on Thomas Aquinas. He said, those of us who spent our lives as scholars trying to laboriously prove these theoretical arguments, Chesterton has just surpassed us with his intuition.
Wow. Yeah.
And he said he just called Chesterton one of the deepest thinkers who ever existed. And he said he was deep because he was right. And he couldn't help being right and deep, so he made up for it by being funny. And those who see that he was right and deep, they understood. And those who didn't see that he was right and deep, he apologized by being funny, and that's all they can see of him.
Very good. Wow, that's very insightful.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of reminds me of, the fact that I think this is true of a lot of people. If you take a liking to, say, Plato or Aquinas or Augustine, it's always easier, it seems to me, to read those authors as opposed to what others have written about them. I wonder if it was his straightforwardness or childlikeness that enabled him to write an excellent book that maybe didn't get into the weeds.
Yeah, I think with Thomas Aquinas, I feel like they were just drawing from the same well of truth together, and he was thinking Thomas's thoughts with him. There's just such a connection that he makes with him. It's really a little uncanny how well he thinks like him. But he does the same thing in his book on St. Francis of Assisi, which is the other great saint he writes about. And, try to think of two more different saints than those two. Mm-hmm. And Chesterton wrote a book on each of them, and he goes right into the cave with Francis and has the mystical experience with Francis where he sees God. And Chesterton describes that experience, and how could he even begin to unless he somehow was in the cave with him?
Interesting. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.